What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and we're getting down to the wire with this next stimulus package as the Democrats and the Republicans negotiate to get us an unemployment extension, pass the next stimulus check to be sent out directly to Americans. And President Trump is now threatening aggressive action if they don't come up with a deal. I'm going to give you all the details here in this video. But first, I want to ask your opinion. I've been thinking about changing my channel name. As you know, my channel name is Jimmy Mahalik, but a lot of people can't pronounce my last name or search for my last name or can't even spell my last name or possibly even come close to spelling my last name. And I've been thinking about changing my channel name to It's Jimmy. And I want to know your guys' thoughts because you guys are a big part of this channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't have a channel. We wouldn't have hit 100,000 subscribers. We just hit 140,000. And I want to ask you guys your opinion on if I should change the channel name to It's Jimmy. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I could do it with an apostrophe or without, but most people don't type an apostrophe in when they're just searching in YouTube for somebody's channel. In fact, if you're on a phone, the apostrophe doesn't even come up until you hit like the number keypad. So let me know your thoughts down below in the channel. Do you like Jimmy Mahalik as the channel name? And can you find it when you type in my last name? Or do you think it should be It's Jimmy? Also, if you can, make sure to hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out my channel. And don't forget to subscribe yet if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on second stimulus check videos coming out in the future. Okay, so today is the day. Today's the day, the last day before the Senate goes on recess. Do we have a deal yet? We don't have a deal yet, but we might get a bill today as they continue negotiations. They had negotiations last night and negotiations set for today. So here's what we know so far. Well, Mitch McConnell said that we have a relief deal, the new stimulus package deal, coming in the near future. He never really says stuff like that, so it must be pretty close. Mitch McConnell said on Thursday that the Democrats and the Republicans will reach a deal in the near future to approve another round of relief or stimulus. Now the question is, will they get a bill to us by today? It's possible. We're going to have to see. President Trump said again that if they don't come to a deal, that he's preparing aggressive action if there's no deal reached by Friday. And what's really interesting about this is he could actually step in this weekend and actually pass a bill. All he has to do is declare an economic emergency, which we kind of are in. I mean, I don't know if anybody would debate that. And when he does so, his presidential powers get much, much stronger. And he says, at least, that he could pass the next stimulus bill without the Senate or the Republicans or the Democrats or the House voting on a bill at all. He says he can just pass it right away. That remains to be seen if he could do that, but he could do that as early as this weekend if we don't get a bill later today. And if he does do that, I think he's going to win a lot of Americans on his side. And we all know he wants to win votes. I mean, he wants to win the next election. He's a lot more competitive than a lot of past presidents have been. So I think he's going to pull out all the stops to do this if we don't get a bill here soon. I have another video coming out at 3 p.m. today as we get more details throughout the day. So make sure you're subscribed and you can put the bell icons if you want to be notified when that comes out. It should come out at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. As we get more information throughout the day, there could be a lot of news. There's also new news that we could actually get the stimulus check or the stimulus money faster when they do pass this stimulus bill. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that once the two sides reach an agreement that the IRS could start printing them the following week. And the timeline would be much faster than the 19 days it took the IRS to send out the first stimulus checks after the CARES Act passed in March. Which means that when they do pass the stimulus package, that we could get checks as early as 1 week later. And they're also working on some new changes to possibly have the money clear faster. As we prepare for this next stimulus check, I've had a lot of you guys ask me about how to get the money. If your first stimulus check came via direct deposit, you'll get direct deposit again. If you get a mailed check to you or debit card, your stimulus payments are going to take longer. So you would want to use these tools. I'll put the link to this down below in the description, but this first tool right here will give you the option of providing your bank account information to receive your payment by direct deposit. That means they deposit it directly into your bank account and it clears a lot faster, and you don't have to wait for them to print a check and send it in the mail. It could get lost in the mail, all that stuff. If you're a non-filer, meaning you didn't file a 2018 or 2019 tax return, for any reason, you would have to use this tool right here. I will include the link to this down below in the description. If you're on a mobile phone, you may have to click the down arrow next to the title of this video. Another question I get a lot is, will hazard pay be included? Are people with child support going to get the check? Are people on Social Security and SSDI going to get a check? And let's go over that. So the easiest rule of thumb is if you got a check the first time around, you're probably going to get a check the second time around. People on Social Security and SSDI should get a check for pretty certain. The only reason they wouldn't is if their income was over $75,000, then it would be reduced to, if you make up to $99,000, then you would get no check at all. That applies for everybody also, okay? Will there be hazard pay? We don't know the details of that yet. I will keep you guys updated as soon as that comes out. Along with child support also, the Democrats want this time around the person who owes the child support to get the check, and the Republicans want the person who owes child support to not get the check this time around. So there's going to be some negotiations on there. That's likely already been done behind closed doors. We only know a few details about what's going on with these negotiations. So the child support issue, we don't know yet. We do know the check is going to be $1,200, okay? Unless there's some sort of miracle change, the check itself is going to be for $1,200. That's what both Republicans and Democrats want. And there's going to be a check for all dependents. So child dependents, adult dependents, college students. Both Republicans and Democrats want all dependents to get a check this time. We don't know if it's going to be $500 or $1,200. It could be $1,200 for dependents. That's what Democrats want right now. And that would mean a family of four would get $4,800 because everybody in the family would get $1,200. You guys are for sure going to want to make sure you catch my 3 o'clock video today, because it could include all this details if they release the bill today. So do not miss it. And we're seeing a little bit of the blame game. Nancy Pelosi says about the GOP, which is the grand old party, aka the Republicans, that perhaps you mistook them for somebody who gives a damn. There's been some strong words back and forth. You guys can let me know your thoughts on that. Mitch McConnell said back that he didn't agree with the sentiment, and he said, I'm actually advocating an additional deal, and that he's got members, other Republicans, who think that we've done enough and do not want to pass another stimulus bill at all. Mitch McConnell says, that's not my view, aka he's for another additional deal, another stimulus package, and another stimulus check. He says, I share the view of the chairman of the Fed and Steve Mnuchin, the secretary of the Treasury, that we do need another boost. Not only are Americans struggling during this pandemic, but the economy is hanging on by a thread. And if millions and millions of Americans don't get the unemployment extension and there's not a new stimulus check, that the economy could literally come crashing down. 156 top economists recently said that they need reoccurring stimulus checks, which is what unemployment stimulus is, until the economy recovers from the entire pandemic. They said direct cash payments are an essential tool that will boost economic security, drive consumer spending, hasten the recovery, and promote certainty at all levels of government and the economy for as long as necessary. Now, one argue for this isn't money we owe debt on. It's not money we owe interest on. We're not loaning this to another country. It's not a loan. It's money that they just print. They don't even print half this money now. It's just a comma in the bank account on a computer, and the money goes to the American people, and the American people then spend it on their car payment, their house payment, food. They buy things. It's money that goes back into the American economy. It's not money that's owed to somebody. So some people say it's not technically debt because it's not money that's owed back to anybody. It's just basically tax money coming back to Americans in basically a form of like rebate money. Let me know your thoughts on that down below. Do you agree or do you think it's debt? So make sure you guys have hit the like button for me and you've hit subscribe down below. This top video is my most recent second stimulus update. You can watch that next. And this bottom video is about what happened to the $2,000 reoccurring stimulus proposal. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I teach people how to replace their 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon. You can watch one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.